So now we're going to get into the modern era,
Yeah,
1980 to present. This should be fun because these are the players who you and I had a chance to see in person playing, whether on the television or in person. So this is pretty cool stuff for us. Here we got the 1980-81 Topps Bird and Magic rookie card, but we also have Dr. J on it.
yeah. Anytime you can have two of the all-time great players, the two guys that are largely credited with saving the NBA in the early 80s, flanking another all-time great in Dr. J, you have one of the most iconic cards of all time, iconic sports cards of all time, not just
Yeah.
basketball. And it was a not a very well-liked card in 1980. I don't think it was very popular. A lot of kids tore them apart, meaning because they're intended to be. And so it's not, there's still a lot out there, don't get me wrong, but for the amount
hmm
of demand that there is, the supply is not as great as it could be if kids hadn't torn them apart. And they're
Yeah.
perforated, so just in case anybody doesn't know, you were expected to tear them apart.
Next card we're going to go to is the 84-85 star Michael Jordan.
I'm not a big star guy, and I don't love this image of Michael Jordan. I know that the star people don't love that, but Dustin gets mad when I say I just don't like the image. The image on his '86 Fleer, which I know we'll get to, is much, much better and more iconic. But this is becoming more iconic. It's becoming more desirable ever since PSA started grading it, which for me doesn't make me want it anymore. Like it's way too expensive for me for what it is. Sorry.
First time I found out about this card was in 1988 or so, even before Dr. Jim had his first basketball magazine. And you just didn't see these. At the 88 National, I don't remember seeing this card anywhere or pretty much any other star cards. The interesting thing about this one is Star used the same photographer for a lot of the images captured in their cards, and they chose this image over the 1986 Flair image that was chosen, even though both images are from Jordan's rookie year. I just found that interesting. But when it came
Yeah.
to the Courtkins card, they chose a fabulous image of MJ dunking, much like 86 Flair did. Next card we're going to go to is the 86 Flair MJ card.
Yeah. Top five sports card of all time for me. This is the color of it. First of all, the border. I don't love the border, but the his jersey. I love the old '84 jersey. The red with the black lettering and numbering
Mhm.
is amazing, and he's slamming down a massive dunk. Uh, Amazing, amazing card. I want it desperately, and I hope to get one at some point. We'll see if I can
Uh,
afford it.
Next card we're going to go to is the Barkley from the same set.
Yeah, Barkley for me is a little bit like um, who were we just talking about? The Blazers rookie card, Bill Walton, man,
Mhm.
where he was an amazing, amazing player. Probably could have been even better if he had kept himself in better shape, and then went on to have a legendary broadcasting career. And for me, I like Barkley's broadcasting career better than I like Bill Walton's, but that's just me. And this is a great photo, not a Hall of Fame card for me, but great photo of him dunking. The ball is still in the shot, and you can see the rim. I mean, the net swooshing. I love it.
Here we have the 86-87 Flair Patrick Ewing rookie card.
Yeah, Patrick Ewing for me is maybe my least liked athlete of the 1990s, and I try to separate my hate for the Knicks, and I try to think to myself, why do I dislike him? Is it because he was a Knick and I was a big Celtics fan, and the Knicks were better than the Celtics for most of the 90s? And I just think he was a ultra boring player. That's I think that's part of what it was. He was great. Don't get me wrong, he was great. He was just so boring.
Next card we're going to talk about is one of my favorite cards that I remember pulling out of a pack, the 88-89 Scottie Pippen rookie card.
Yep, I have this card too. It's just still packed away in my new room. It is a great card. Scottie Pippen was great, Hall of Famer. I know he's in the top 75 players of all time, but he was always second fiddle to Jordan. And
Mhm.
I wasn't a huge Pippen fan, even though I was a massive Bulls fan at that time. I loved Jordan. I liked Pippen. He was fine. It's a great image of him again, which I think is a big help for me. When the image looks good, helps the card.
Here we have a card that I remember a lot in
Yep.
1989, and I'm sure you do too. The 89 Hoops David Robinson rookie card, and there was two series in that set, and this is from the first series.
Yeah, the second series is he's shooting a free throw, if I remember correctly, right? And I have
And then Hoops was saying, wait till the second series card comes out because that's going to be the action shot.
right, yeah, yeah. I have a dozen of these. They are plentiful, but this one I have in my top 100 sports cards of all time. It kind of was one of those first chase cards. It was the first time kids in the 80s were ripping open packs trying to find a specific card, and had a ton of value at that time too. I don't remember what the high value was. I remember I did some research on it a couple of years ago, but yeah, just a super iconic card. He skipped his first couple of seasons to be in the Navy, and he played in the
Mhm.
Navy team as well, which is awesome.
The 92-93 Stadium Club Shack. And as folks know, when you vote on a card that has different variants in the same set, parallels, so in this case, you would get the regular Stadium Club, you would get the Beam Team, and you would get the Beam Team members only card.
Yeah, so I've most of my life I've found centers to be pretty boring. They just post up and they lay it up or they dunk it. But Shaq was the most exciting center to ever come around. So dominant, except at the free throw line. Massive dunks, could do anything except shoot free throws. And I just loved watching him as a kid. He was just this kind of fantastical beast. And I want this card. I still want it. I don't have it. I almost bought it a couple weeks ago. I found one that was at auction. I thought I could win it cheap. I did not, but it's still one that I really want.
Here we have a next Michael Jordan card, the 93-94 Flair Ultra Scoring Kings.
Unbelievable card. This card with the image, the lightning in the background, and Jordan doing what Jordan does is one of my all-time favorite cards. And I bought one of these at a card show 3.5 years ago, and I don't know what the value is now, but I think I paid like $80 for it 3.5 years ago, and I feel like it must be worth quite a bit more than that now. I'm not sure.
Here we have one of my guys who I watched a lot in person, the 96-97 Topps Allen Iverson. And again, this includes all the parallels. So you get the non-refractor, you get the chrome refractor, so you get all the versions of this card.
I don't have the chrome, but I do have the Topps base, and
Mhm.
it's again, it perfectly encapsulates young AI uh, before he got the tattoos and he did his hair very different than he did later on in his career, and just this kind of passion of AI. I love this card.
Next card, we have another Philly area player, the
Molinarian,
ninety-six,
right?
97. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And he went to his prom, I think, with Brandy,
that's
with
right.
one of them.
Wow, yes. Yeah, great card. I wasn't a Kobe fan because I'm a Celtics fan, and so I
Mhm.
can't like legally. I'm not allowed to like Kobe or LeBron, but this is a great card of a great player, and it's a rookie card.
Oh, here we got a big guy here. The 97 Metal Universe Michael Jordan, also known as the PMG when you get into the red and the green versions.
Yeah, the red and the green are insanely iconic. I would love to have one of these. I never will. I know I never will, and that's okay. But just I like looking at. They're very cool. I feel like if a card company were to put this card out now, it wouldn't be as cool. It wouldn't look as good. But
Mhm.
the fact that it came out in the mid '90s, late '90s, it was very cool for its era.
Did you hear the story how they came up with the design of the card?
I don't think so.
So Skybox and Flair were owned by the same company, and they also were making the Marvel cards. So the Marvel Masterpiece cards and there's a few other Marvel cards. So they got the designers and the artists who did the Marvel cards, and they gave them free reign to do the basketball cards. And this is how you got the design. That's why you got a little bit of space element to a lot of the cards in
Mm,
this set. The artists do have Instagram pages. 97 Upper Deck game jersey. And what makes this card popular? It's MJ's first jersey card. And the jersey is actually from the 92 All Star game, which was the last All Star game Magic Johnson played after he announced him being HIV positive.
yep. I remember watching that game on my tiny television in my bedroom in 1992. I wasn't supposed to have a television in my bedroom, but I got one really cheap, and it was like this big, and so I'd sit and I'd watch really close up. Um, Amazing card. I'm not a patch guy, um, but this kind of transcends the patch genre, I guess, and I love this card.
Yeah, I would take any of the two versions of this card. They have an unsigned version, which is usually just the white part of the jersey, and then you got 23 signed ones, which I believe have a little bit of the All-Star Game logo. We have the 2008 Topps Chrome Kobe Bryant, and some folks may say, "Well, I thought it's only retired players on the ballot." Yeah, that's true, but this is the Kobe Bryant card and not the LeBron.
Yeah. Like I said before, two of the guys I like the least because I'm a Celtics fan. I can't like these guys. Would I love to have this card? Sure, but I would not be springing however much they go for one of these. It is a very cool card in the history of the NBA. It's a very cool card.
Okay, this last card we're going to talk about. This originally wasn't on the ballot, and Ray and I spoke with Dr. Jim, used his influence. Nah, but he just thought that this should be on the ballot just because of what happened recently with this card that many of us never knew existed
Right.
until it came up for auction. And while I'm not a fan of the card, not because of the design or anything, I just think that the autographs should have been a little bit better placed on the card, and also some of the controversy surrounding the card sale. But this is not about me. This is about you. So tell me your story.
Well, I think similar to you, I think that the purchase of it was a little. I don't want to say suspicious. I think it was a legitimate purchase. But I think that they intentionally got it up to $12.9 million. So it did get them a lot of news. This is not a particularly iconic card, and most people had never seen it before. It does have a Jordan game worn patch from, I believe, the 50th NBA season, right? That's what the
Is that
gold logo man
not
is, or
90,
75th,
96, 97, I think, maybe, or somewhere
50th.
around there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's the
Hmm.
gold logo man,
Yep.
which is cool. It's cool. But is it a $13 million card? I will tell you what I like about it is that it's a PSA 6. And like, most of the time we see these modern cards selling for big money, they're PSA 10s. I loved seeing a PSA 6 sell for big money.
So, Mike, I think we're at the point where you said you were going to share your ballot. Um,
Yeah, to share two other cards that I'm not nominating, of course, but I just want to give a little shout out to. So I know this is the Basketball Hall of Fame. I don't believe it is the NBA Basketball Card Hall of Fame. So I'm going to say we should be considering Sue Bird and this rookie card, 2002 uh, Ultra WNBA Sue Bird, the GOAT of the WNBA, one of the all time greatest basketball players. And this card was a redemption in 2002 because of the draft. I think the card came out, the set came out before the draft, and they didn't know. I don't remember all the details, but not a lot of them were redeemed, and so the population of this is very low. It's easy to find, but they're expensive because of how few there are and how much demand there is for a Subaru rookie card. Um, yeah, she won. I don't remember how many titles in college and the NBA, plus some Olympic gold medals. She's had an amazing, amazing career. And if it's not just the NBA, this should be the one WNBA card I would nominate.
it is called the Basketball Card Hall of Fame, so it's not just NBA, so we're okay.
All right, let me share my screen and we'll get to the. All right, got to go with the Bird. This is the modern era. Again, 25 candidates, pick five, 1980 to current. Got to go with the Bird Magic rookie. with Dr. J in the middle. That's my number one. Well, not in order, but the first vote. And then I am going with the perhaps the most obvious one of all, Michael Jordan 86 Fleer. Going with the David Robinson for the Hall of Fame.
Nice.
Yeah. Uh, Not worth much money, but doesn't really matter. It's a super iconic and important card in the history of basketball cards. And by the way, I didn't mention this before. So the Robinson, we tend to forget that in 1986, the 86 Fleer was so unpopular that they couldn't sell the packs at all in 86. And then they had to dial the print run way back for 87, 88. And then
Mhm.
89 was largely popular, 89 Hoops, because of this card, this David Robinson card. It was so important to the history of basketball cards. And then I also have the Beam Team Shaq as one of my cards. And I know this gets the Stadium Club base as well, which is fine.
That was a huge card.
And then I have yeah, then I have the Metal Universe Michael Jordan, just a massive card in the hobby. And then that is it for me. I'm going to submit my ballot.
Okay.
That's it.
I do appreciate you coming on the show and sitting on the couch. Folks know how to reach you on YouTube and your other social media outlets, but please, if you can repeat it, and then I'll also include it into the notes.
Yeah, my YouTube is Junk Wax Hero, and I love talking about basketball cards, cards of any type. But yeah, thanks for having me on, Tony. This was a lot of
Same
fun. I
here.
appreciate you thinking of me.
Thank you for coming on. Appreciate it.